Good day, everyone. We are Group 4 and we will be presenting about the Taot Bato, an indigenous group found in the southern part of Palawan, Philippines. Let's proceed to the challenges faced by the Taot Bato. Environmental challenges. First, loss of ancestral lands, the encroachment of loggers and in some cases other settlers has resulted in the destruction of the forest that the Taot Bato rely on for sustenance, shelter, and cultural practices. This means the Taot Bato depend on forests for food, materials, and cultural traditions. When loggers and settlers enter their ancestral lands, trees are cut down and natural areas are destroyed. This causes the loss of hunting grounds, plants for medicine, and places important to their culture. As a result, their way of life and identity are threatened. Number 2, shrinking resource base. As their territory decreases due to these external pressures, the availability of forest products like rattan and almasiga and wild game has diminished, threatening their traditional livelihood, which includes foraging and shifting agriculture. Means their land becomes smaller, the natural resources they rely on such as rattan, almasigarisen, and wild animals are becoming hard to find. These resources are essential for making tools, earning income, and daily survival. With fewer resources available, it becomes harder for the Taot Bato to continue their traditional livelihood like foraging and shifting agriculture.
And last, climate change and weather extremes. Increased unpredictable rainfall and severe floods, especially in the Singnapan Valley, make living in caves dangerous and ruin crop cycles. So, climate change and extreme weather greatly affect the Taot Bato people living in the Singnapan Valley in Palawan, Philippines. Because of climate change, rainfall has become heavier, more frequent, and unpredictable, which often causes severe flooding in their area. Since many Taot Bato live in caves along mountain slopes and near rivers, this flood can enter their caves, making their home unsafe and putting their lives at risk. In addition, extreme weather disrupts their farming activities because crops may be washed away, damaged, or unable to grow properly due to too much rain or sudden weather changes. This destroys their crop cycles, which affect their food supply and livelihood. As a result, climate change makes their daily life more difficult, dangerous, and uncertain, threatening both their safety and their ability to survive using their traditional way of living.
Next is the economic challenges faced by the Taot Batu. Number 1, poverty and lack of resources. As traditional subsistence farmers and foragers, they have limited, if any, cash income, making it hard to purchase essentials like metal, tools, salt, or clothing. This means they grow crops and gather food mainly for their own survival, not for selling. Because of this, they have very limited cash income. They rarely earn money since they do not produce goods for large markets. It is difficult for them to buy basic items like metal tools, salt, oil, or clothing. Even though they can produce their own food, they still need some products from outside their community, which require money. Number 2, market vulnerability. As they enter a cash economy, they lack access to fair trade, often struggling with poverty while needing cash for basic commodities like salt and oil. So when the Taot Bato interact with lowland communities and traders, they enter the cash economy. However, they may not always get fair prices for their products. They have limited access to proper markets. They sometimes depend on middlemen or traders. They still need cash to buy basic goods they cannot produce. Because of this, they can economically vulnerable or dependent on outside communities.
Number 3, health and labor constraints. Rampant diseases like malaria and the intense labor required for their traditional seasonal agriculture impact their productive capacity. First, in terms of health, they have limited access to hospitals and doctors because their community is far from towns. Many people experience common illnesses and some suffer from malnutrition due to limited food supply. Because of this, they become weak and cannot work properly. And second, in terms of labor, only a few adults can do heavy work like farming, hunting, and gathering. If someone gets sick, there are fewer people who can work. They also have limited education and skills training, which makes it hard to find better job opportunities.
Sociocultural challenges. Number 1, cultural erosion and assimilation. Cultural erosion and assimilation means that traditional culture is slowly being replaced by outside influence because of moderation and contact with lowland or urban communities. Some indigenous groups are shifting to new religious, economic system and lifestyle. This is a concern because the younger generation may become more exposed to outside culture, which can lead to the loss of the traditional practice, stories, and knowledge that are usually passed down through oral tradition.
Number 2, educational and healthcare barriers. The community live in a geographically isolated and disadvantaged area, or GIDA, meaning their settlement are remote with little no infrastructure like roads or transportation to connect them to town or city. For educational schools are often far away, there aren't enough trained teachers willing to work in such area, and many families need children to help with farming or gathering to survive, making regular attendance nearly impossible. This leads to high literacy rate which limit their ability to engage with government's program, understand legal rights, or pursue new opportunities. For healthcare, basic clinic and hospital are scarce, and medical supplies like vaccines for measles or treatments for malaria often don't reach them or time for. Access to clean water and sanitation also worsens health risks, leaving the community high vulnerable to preventable illnesses. Number 3, land and rescue exploitation. The Taot Bato ancestral lands are the foundations of their survival. They use the area for moving between settlements, nomadism, growing food through shifting cultivation, and gathering wild plants for foods and medicines. However, their territory is under the from people moving into the area who clear lands for farms or homes, as well as from activity like logging, mining, or large-scale development that damage forests and deplete natural resources. As their land shrink, they can no longer maintain their traditional way of life, forcing some to leave their customs behind or relocate to places where they struggle to adapt without clear legal protection to their land right. They often can defend their territory against their external pressure.
Environmental challenges. Strengthen the implementation of laws to protect ancestral domains and stop illegal mining and logging. Involve indigenous peoples in decision-making regarding land and natural resources use. Implement community-based forest management where indigenous communities serve as a forest protectors. Provide climate change and adaptation program such as sustainable farming, training, and disaster preparedness. Support reforestation and biodiversity conservation together with local communities.
Economic challenges is about problems with money and livelihood of indigenous people. First, provide livelihood programs suited to their culture such as handicrafts, ecotourism, and sustainable agriculture. It means helping them earn money using the skills they already know like making handicrafts, farming, or ecotourism. Second, offer skills training and financial literacy seminars to help increase their income. Teach them how to increase their income, save money, and use money properly. Third, help them gain direct access to markets to avoid dependence on middlemen, so they do not need middlemen who take a big profit. This way, they can earn more. Fourth, teach sanitation, hygiene, and disease prevention. When they know proper hygiene and how to avoid sickness, they can stay healthy. And last, improve their overall health to increase productivity by nutrition support programs. When their bodies are healthy, they can work better and earn more. The goal is to improve their livelihood and health so they can earn more money and have a better life.
Cultural challenges. First, include and teach their culture, language, and traditions in schools to help preserve them. Second, respect and recognize their right to self-determination and traditional way of life. Third, create cultural preservation programs such as documenting their language and traditions. Fourth, conduct regular medical missions and vaccination programs and send teachers to remote areas regularly. And the last one, strengthen indigenous representation in local government and organizations. To address sociocultural challenges, effort must focus on preserving the Taot Batos culture, improving access to education and healthcare, and protecting their ancestral land. Development should respect their traditions while helping improve their quality of life. Respecting their traditional way means allowing them to continue their farming, hunting, and use of natural resources, their rituals and spiritual practices. Recognizing these rights helps protect their identity, dignity, and cultural heritage. It also promotes equality and respect for indigenous communities in the Philippines. Cultural preservation programs such as documenting their language, recording traditions, and teaching young people help protect the identity and heritage of the Taot Bato for future generations. Also, send doctors, nurses, and health workers to their community regularly. Provide free checkups, basic medicines, and health education. Monitor children's growth and maternal health. Next is organize scheduled vaccination drives for children and adults. Give proper information about the importance of vaccines and ensure vaccines are safely transported to remote areas. This will be a good help and for the indigenous people, especially the Taot Bato.